There are certain things that you should not even take in a relationship, and I'm going to talk about it, whether you agree or not, right? When the man is so angry that he raises his hands and is eating you, for whatever reason, he can buy you flowers, he can buy you chocolate, or whatever after, it does not matter. If he can slap you once or beat you once, he will do it again and apologize again. I can tell you for a fact. If you cannot stop yourself from slapping a woman, right, and you could not control your emotions, it will happen again, right? There's always a first case for everything, right? So if you do it one time, it can happen again and again. The second thing is, it's not always about eating a woman or eating a man or slapping. I'm going to be very balanced today, because both sides experience it. It's not just for the women alone. It's not about also beating a man or beating a woman. Sometimes it's about the look you get from them, the words they say to you. Certain hurtful words come, degrading words. Red flags are there, and there are certain things that nobody in a relationship should take. Whether it's a emotional relationship, agape love relationship, family relationship, or whatever. When it crosses, for family, we can beat ourselves and fight, your brother and sister. But no, not brother and sister, like brother to brother. But brother and sister, there has to be that respect.
Welcome to another edition of Yarns on Trends. You all know here, no matter how crazy our topic is, we still always manage to entertain and educate you all. On this episode, we're going to be diving into yet another sensitive topic. But before we get into it, let me introduce my co-host. What's up, Miss Harry?
Hello, guys. We are here to give you another good ride. Sit tight.
And Miss, okay, sorry. She would not accept if I don't put beautiful. Beautiful Christine Kelani.
Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode, and we hope you enjoy.
You're barely audible.
Before we go into our topic, we have a very special guest to introduce. A very special guest. He is an OAP, event host.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
That
works.
That works, right?
Yeah.
AY Nigeria,
Yes.
as people call him.
Yeah. It's an honor to be here, by the way. Good afternoon to everybody here. Yarns and Trends has been trending, and let me quickly do this.
Okay.
Thank you for what you're doing here. It's a big deal. I'm happy to be here, excited to be here, and well done.
Thank you very much. Welcome. We're glad to have you here. Before we go into the topic, let's talk about what's trending right now. Chivido.
Yay! My goat.
Your goat.
It's my fish.
Okay. Man, everywhere buzzing. Everywhere you turn to on social media right now.
Yeah.
Chivido.
I think that for some, it's a story of finally, assurance is really assured right now. For some, it's like, why is this happening? I hope she's not going to regret it. But for Davido, I know he has a huge fan base, right?
Yeah.
Controversial though, right?
Mm.
But I know that there are more people wishing him well than wishing him bad. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal. I'm happy for him. I'm seeing all the videos. There's no way you can see, watch the videos and not be excited. You'll just be happy.
I'm telling you. You see, I have history with Davido actually before I came to this part of Nigeria.
I know.
Yeah, we used to be very close at some point, but money cost our
as usual.
I'm telling you. And for a very long time, I held that grudge against him. Like, no, I'm not going to support him. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. Like, okay, I'm going to decamp to, let me not mention names.
Yeah.
But seeing everything happening, I don't know, man. I got love for this guy, though. You know,
And you can't but love this guy. I
I'm
mean,
telling
you
you.
can't but love him. It's
I'm telling
crazy.
you.
It's crazy. And I know your record with him from back then.
From way back
way
before
back.
he blew,
Yeah, way back
Mm.
before he blew big time. So, but for someone like that, you would always, Yoruba people say you cannot walk without your head shaking. So you definitely will have some
Yeah,
issues here and
yeah.
there. But nobody's perfect. I mean, the likes of Wizkid, Burna Boy. I'm the number one critic of Burna Boy. I
Okay.
don't like him for certain character reasons, right? But success is undeniable. You can't run away from it. It's
I'm
a big
telling you.
deal.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Davido and Chioma.
Congratulations.
And whatever happens, please keep people away from your drama so that you won't have plenty shalaye.
I said,
Right.
plenty, Charlie. Well, I actually thought maybe they should have named what do they call the tag for
Yeah.
the wedding should have been assurance or something.
Assurance. Well,
Yeah.
Chivido. You know the way these things are.
It sounded like Chivita to me, man.
Well, it's trending, by the way, so it doesn't even matter.
Trending.
If you probably had used assurance, maybe it would probably have trended.
I think it would
I
have been
think you would have.
embarrassing.
Be-
Maybe it would
embarrassing.
be embarrassing because the last time they used assurance was 2020, and saying assurance right now is him, actually accepting that he has actually quite been embarrassing with his behaviors. You get like
Oh,
So let's talk
You know-
behaviors now, right?
no, not behaviors. I'm just saying that hashtag would not be appropriate
Right now.
Yeah, right now.
So it's like creating an entire new slate
Yes.
for what's happening.
Before the assurance hashtag, there was like a pretty good, not a nicely, but it was decent.
Yeah.
But after that, there's been a lot of things that has happened.
dramas.
Yeah, so I feel like assurance would be quite inappropriate. Maybe that's why they didn't use that.
Okay, so Chivido
You
then.
sound like somebody who doesn't forgive, but I mean, assurance then, assurance now, regardless of whatever happens.
Whatever happens.
No, I'm just saying.
They are doing it.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
It's fine.
All right. That's that for Chivido. We wish them
All the best.
all the best.
Yes,
So
we do.
let's dive straight into the topic of today: toxic relationships. Deep.
Very actually.
But
Okay,
also these days.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I feel like we are normalizing it.
And I think I should kickstart this. I would like to know what you guys would define as toxic relationship.
Toxic relationship are defined as a relationship that the level of toxicity is beyond 50%, right? And I think I want to quickly lay that foundation because every relationship has some degree of toxicity, right?
Yeah,
You
né?
can put two different people together and not have frictions here and there.
Def-
That's the truth, right? But if it's beyond the bearable minimum, right? You guys can't tolerate each other. You guys are not understanding each other. You guys are not growing to love each other. It's not any better, right? Or the number of your basketball's time is more than the numbers
The
of
number
your
of the sweet
mwah and all of
Yeah.
that time, then it's toxic. Absolutely. So that's my definition for a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
I would just want us to put it in layman's term. Toxicity itself in
Yeah.
relationships.
Mm,
Because we know this extends beyond romantic relationships.
absolutely.
So you get, it could come from family, you could come from even your close friends and stuff. So you get, so I just want us to like crack it open.
Okay.
Toxicity itself.
Well, in a relationship, right, between a guy and a girl or a family, right, just like I've laid that foundation, there are times that they are different individuals, character, traits, exposure, experiences, they are different. And these things mold us into a certain way, varying degrees of personality. So our temperaments are varying. Some are hot-tempered, some are chilled, some are cold, some can take so much, right? But then the truth is, when you meet a partner, I think let's just narrow it into a relationship. When you now meet an individual that you are in a love relationship with or emotionally tied to, you also want to understand that if it's getting out of hand, there are red flags. They call them red flags, right? There are certain things that you should not even take in a relationship. And I'm going to talk about it. Whether you agree or not, right? If you're in an emotional relationship, these are the things that you should not even take at all. When the man is so angry that he raises his hands and is eating you for whatever reason, he can buy you flowers, he can buy you chocolate or whatever after, it does not matter. If he can slap you once or beat you once, he will do it again and apologize again. I can tell
Definitely.
you for a fact.
Definitely.
Now, so one will be asking, why should this even be? Are you saying that we cannot control ourselves or we cannot? That's the question, because if you cannot stop yourself from slapping a woman, right, and you could not control your emotions, it will happen again, right?
Yeah.
There's always a first case for everything, right? So if you do it one time, it can happen again and
Yes.
again. The second thing is, let's not even talk about the physical. There are certain dimensions that are even emotional, right? It's not always about eating a woman or eating a man or slapping. I'm going to be very balanced today, so because both sides experience it. It's not just for the women alone. It's not about also beating a man or beating a woman. Sometimes it's about the look you get from them, the words they say to you. Certain hurtful words come, degrading words
Like
come.
sometimes it might not even be overt. It will be gentle.
Gentle, right? Gentle, subtle, right? I mean, at strategic points. For instance, you're hyperactive, excited about a huge success, and then your partner just looks down on you or is not happy for you, and then is washing it down, or he's not even responding, or she is not responding the way you would want. I mean, there's different degrees to it. And I hope that we can talk about these things. So let me just pause right there. Red flags are there, and there are certain things that nobody in a relationship should take, whether it's a emotional relationship, agape love relationship, family relationship, or whatever. When it crosses, well, for family, we can beat ourselves and fight, brother and sister. But no, not brother and sister, like brother to brother. But brother and sister, there has to be that respect. I am that kind of person. The sister should respect the brother, brother should respect sister, because you cannot even be exchanging blows. How can you even do that in the first place? So let me just pause on that.
So let's come from the ladies' angle now. Like, what? There are always signs.
Yeah.
There are always signs. Just like you rightly said, there are always red flags. And most of the time, like in romantic relationships now, for instance, you see a whole lot of people see the signs, but they still stay in that relationship for one reason or the other. I don't know. Is it until you die? But let's before we get into it, let's talk about those signs.
I feel like the signs are always there. Always. Like, you might want to lie to yourself and deny the fact that, oh, that sign is not there, but that sign is there. And most times, I feel like ladies would ignore it because of what they feel. Oh, I'm in love with this person. And they only say, I can fix this person. Do you understand? Oh, I would love this person into loving me. They feel like once this person sees their emotions, that, oh, if they cry and cry and cry, the person will change. But this is what they don't understand, that these people would never change. Like, same thing as a cheater. Do you understand? It's more like you saying a cheater will change because he saw you crying. That's not possible. And I feel like a toxic relationship goes far beyond the physical abuses. We have psychological abuses. We have emotional abuses. So when you're having issues with your partner and then is giving you silent treatment, I always feel like silent treatment is a form of emotional abuse.
Yeah.
Because if you're with somebody that likes to talk things out, and then the other person feels like, oh, it's best to ignore you for days till they feel like that point, at that moment you're ignoring me, I'm thinking of so many things. I'm in my head. I feel sad. I'm not happy.
You want to do some other things too.
But then you do not care about these things. All you care about is the fact that you just want to give me that silent treatment. So I'm very big on silent treatment. Do not ignore me. Like, let us talk this thing out. And I feel like that's what most people don't understand, that it starts from little things like that. That's the sign. When you notice a person giving you silent treatment like way too much, I feel like you should start to realize that there are certain things that would come up after a while. So I feel like you should take it down a bit.
No, I don't think so. I don't
also
agree
don't
with
think so.
I don't agree with you.
Silent
Maybe for
treatment
you.
is crazy.
I also
For
don't-
you,
I
for
don't
you,
agree
right?
as
So you
well.
like
For you.
silent treatment?
No. I mean, I can deal with silent treatment. You see, I have experienced the most violent relationships, right?
Okay.
And I can tell you that silent treatment is a luxury.
Really?
It's a blessing. Somebody who chooses at the peak of his anger, decides not to react,
React.
shuts down.
That's
Mhm.
different. Okay.
No,
No,
come
it's still
on.
silent
Yeah.
treatment.
I mean, just
That's why you shouldn't have said silent treatment as a whole.
Yeah,
There's
I
some
mean,
people
just-
that do not, they're not confrontational. So the
Yeah.
first response is silence.
Ju-
It
just-
doesn't mean they're not still going to talk about it, but the first response
I'm saying
to anger
I'm
is
saying-
silence.
And that's way
or maybe
better than
ignoring you.
ignoring exactly.
yeah,
Not like they're not going to
something
talk
like
about
that.
Yeah,
it.
Like they're not even
consistently.
talking about it again.
Again.
Like once I'm out of that thing, that's the end of it.
Well,
Especially when you are at fault.
you want okay, especially when the person
person
is
Is
at
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 fault.
Okay,
I feel like that's a
but
form of
even
emotional abuse.
yeah,
Yes, it
yeah, I
actually
agree,
is,
agree.
yes,
But
yes.
not to say that it is some maybe for you, our tolerance
Mm.
levels are different,
Different.
right?
Okay.
I too am a communications person. I want us to talk. Let's talk about these issues. Let's just agree, whatever it is, point out, right? We will put it together, agree, and then move on,
I feel
right?
like that's the best.
But
That's
we
the best
all
way,
can't
but
say
not
we are
everybody can.
communicators. We all can't
Not
say we are
everybody can.
communicators.
That's the truth.
But
not
if you
everybody
want
can.
to be with somebody, if you know you want to coexist with somebody for a very long time, I feel everybody should normalize talking.
Well,
Christine,
I agree.
You should normalize
not everybody.
talking.
I think we've conditioned ourselves to believe that we are perfect. We are not.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold up. You
Okay.
might like communication. I might not be a confrontational person.
Mhm.
That doesn't mean I don't want to communicate with you. I'm not going to start embracing your own level of what do I call it now? Your own level of what's this word? You like communications, I don't. Because you like it doesn't mean that in the first week, first month of our relationship,
like you have to bend
I'm already
for the
yes.
other person.
I also have to learn, and that's why you know that's why when you're in a relationship, you can't just enforce what you think on.
That's
the
what
other
I
person.
said.
So
If you
we
want
can't-
to
if-
cohabit with somebody,
Yes, but
you have to
it takes
learn.
time. Yes, you learn, but you are saying that we all can be communicators. Everybody's saying I like communication, I like communication, I like communication. Everybody can be communicators.
But we all can.
we all can,
but
but we can.
won't.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
make
that's a
efforts.
reality.
We make
Make
efforts.
efforts, yeah.
But there are also people that they give silent treatment at first. That doesn't mean they are actually silent treatment. I agree that it is toxic, but sometimes some people their first response to everything is silence. That doesn't mean it's a good thing. But I don't think we should say that that's toxic and you should like
No, an opinion can be personal,
Mhm.
right?
Yes,
But
true
in fact,
that.
for me on this
Mm.
podcast, all that I was saying is personal to me, right?
Okay.
And that's why I also want to quickly tackle what you said
Yes,
about
everything.
people.
I think we
People cannot change. People can
Yes.
change. A cheater can change.
No, I don't believe
Yeah,
that.
no,
A cheater can actually
yeah,
change,
yeah.
though.
But hold up. This
Mm.
is just wait it out, right?
Okay.
Okay.
A cheater can change. Anybody can change,
Mm.
Okay.
but they will not change because of
Of
you.
you, yes.
Right? They will make up their minds
To
and
change,
choose to
yes.
change.
That's why this thing
So-
happens. Like
That's
some
what I'm
people-
saying. You
Exactly.
can't say you can't
Some
change.
people
a
that you've been with,
person.
Which
when
is
you
right,
see them
right?
with somebody else and they are all that you ever wanted.
Yeah.
and ever
And you
aspired
feel
to be.
bad.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So that's the truth. Anybody can change, but I think where women make that mistake is to think that I can change
for
that
This
you.
person.
person,
You
yeah.
cannot change that person.
At all.
No matter your level of love, sacrifice, sex, romance, gifts, all of it, your whole life and body can't change that man. It is that man that will eat something, maybe a rock bottom, midlife
Yes.
crisis, a reality divine
Reality
intervention,
check.
and just
Decide
decide,
to change.
boy, I'm tired, and can change. So anybody
Mm.
can change, but women should stop thinking that they can change a
Change
man.
man.
Or a man or men should stop thinking they
That
can
they can
change
change
a
a
woman.
woman.
No, you
No.
cannot change. People can change only from the impulses within, not without.
Something came to my mind when you were talking the other time. Okay, no, it was you. The point you made, it means a whole lot of people could be toxic without even knowing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a whole lot of people, like, man, this is a toxic relationship. And I'll be like, what have I done?
Mm.
When you were shouting, I kept quiet. I didn't say whatever. Oh, this. You're not supportive of whatever I'm doing. That could be toxic. But a whole lot of people, like here now, I want us to actually pick one after the other, the points, the signs of
Yeah.
toxicity, the
Mm.
control, the support, lack of support,
Yeah.
so to say,
Mm.
and all those other signs one by one. We could just be brief about it because of our time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we should, for the sake of those who don't even know what toxicity is.
Well, see, the foundation is whatever makes you unhappy,
Yeah.
whatever makes you uncomfortable, whatever inconveniences you. So there is no, I can bet it with you. There is no the red flags, the popular red flags, slapping, beating, fighting, insulting, all those emotional ones are there, talking down on you, looking down on you, not appreciating you. That one is everybody knows in general, but there are some that are hidden, right? And that's why it's best to tackle from the foundation, because sometimes the man might not say, the man might not look it, but you can feel it, right? You just feel uncomfortable, because I am a strong advocate personally that everybody in a relationship, you have to enjoy your relationship. Keep going, keep switching, keep moving, right? Forget body counts, right? Be wise about it, but keep moving
Let's not forget
until
body
you find.
count.
Yeah,
Forget
no, no, no,
body
no.
count.
I'm saying forget body count, and I said be wise about it, right? But then keep switching and moving until you find that place that gives you peace and rest. And don't believe that lie that you cannot find it. It's a lie from the pit of wherever, right? The truth is, once you are uncomfortable, once you are inconvenient, once you are getting heartbroken, you're losing your peace, then those things will materialize. And I'm going to pause on this, right? From all the other things, it is the absence of that peace and joy that you don't feel in that relationship or in that marriage that now strengthens the toxicity.
Yeah, it pushes you.
It just pushes you to react in certain ways, pushes him to react in certain ways. Because let's balance these things. It's a give and take thing, right?
Yeah.
What I give as per energy is what the man will give back to me sometimes. Sometimes it is the woman's behavior that makes the man get to a point where he can no longer control his feeling and he turns back and is becoming a demon, right? It can be the man's reaction or inappreciation that pushes the woman to a point where she becomes a demon too, right? So once that foundation is there and you are looking at it and measuring it and you're feeling you're losing your peace, you're not comfortable, boy, girl, just move out before you start seeing the red flags. We don't have to see red flag because there's white flag, there's red flag. When the white is getting brown,
There's
getting,
red. Don't get to the red banner.
Don't get there, because sometimes it can mess you up, right?
Yes,
It can mess you up.
And I was about to say that when he was asking what toxicity is, and some people just don't recognize that they have toxic behaviors. They don't recognize their patterns.
Yeah.
I think in everybody there's an atom of toxicity in all of us. So there are some people that when they don't know that they're toxic, that's why they keep exhibiting those patterns. For example, silent treatment. Yeah, I'm just going to use that. Some people don't know that when it gets to a stage, it becomes toxic. To them, it's just their own response to everything. But there's a limit to what people can take. Like she said, like if you are at fault and you are giving the silent treatment, that becomes toxic. But if your silent treatment is like a response to anger, I don't think that's toxic.
Yeah.
So there is a limit to what people can take, and some people don't know that they exhibit toxic patterns. So that's why I think toxicity has become a norm these days, and some people just accept it like, okay, it's normal behavior. For example, these girls of these days, girls of nowadays rather, when their boyfriend eats them, they feel like, oh, it's normal. My mom, my dad eats my mom.
Yeah.
So it's like
my
a
mom
pattern.
went through the
My
same
mom
thing.
went, and guys also expect the woman to, stay because, oh, of course, my mom endured all of this. My mom did all of this. So some people don't know that, and people that also expect their wife to go out all day, work, and come back home, do the house chores, and still attend to them and their needs. They don't know that that's also a form of toxicity that they don't know about, but they feel like, because okay, my mom did it, so you should be able to.
Well,
So,
we just say that's toxicity, right? Even though I agree that can push you to some toxic level, especially the woman. And for me as a married man, these are conversations that people should have, right? My wife, most times, even I'm waiting for my wife to finish up, right, from work, and then we get home late, both of us. And there are times that we've had misunderstandings based on, okay, so who does
Who
what
did
at
this?
home. But foundationally, and this is where I also want us to pay attention to, there are certain conversations that we must have before even settling down, right?
Yes.
House chores is not a gender role for us.
Yeah.
Kitchen chores is not a gender role for us. Anyone can get to the kitchen and cook. Anyone can get to the kitchen and clean. Anyone can get to the kitchen and wash plates. God bless us, we'll get to places where Anybody will now have mates that can do all of this. Yeah. But then while you're at the foundation, right, you should have that understanding. So most times she gets back home and I'm tired. She's tired. I know the kind of work she does, right?
Yeah.
And then she's tired. Her back is paining her. She's complaining. And then she's about to go to the kitchen. Let's do some help. Let's do some support. But the masculine side in most men will still want to chill. Yeah.
Let's not use the masculine.
Yeah,
You can be
the-
masculine and still kind.
Well, the patriarchal,
Yes.
tendencies will still make you want to chill and say she's a woman. Somewhere in your mind, because I'm a feminist, but somewhere in my mind,
I
it still
love
always
that.
pops up. The truth is, just show off sometimes, even if it's just gisting her,
Yes.
putting the
So she
plates.
won't feel tired.
Yeah, putting
she
the
won't feel
plates.
used.
You get, but then I agree because for men, what men don't understand is women have done a lot psychologically.
Yeah.
Do you know how painful it is to even think of what to eat after a very heavy day at work? Right? So she makes up her mind, goes to the market, or you probably drop weight. She goes to the market, pick her, you get home, she cooks again. And then you're chilling, you eat the food, you're rested, your mind is thinking sex. And then she's tired. And then you still want to tap. And then she says no. And then you're angry. And then you start beating her. I mean, that's extreme. It's not fair now,
No, that's
right?
not fair.
It's not fair. So,
job.
but I agree that it pushes you to toxicity,
Toxicity,
but it's not particularly toxic.
Let's
but
just say it breeds
yeah,
toxicity.
and it's foundational.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
foundational
yeah.
to toxicity. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Because
that's
at
much
that
better.
point, your wife could become toxic, even though she was
Yeah,
not toxic before.
before.
But then
Yes.
she'll get
She
tired.
builds
Yeah.
up the
And then
resentment.
and then once she's tired, she just starts doing things that she didn't even know she could do, and that trait just pops out of nowhere.
Mm.
That is, she's rebelling. She's tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's natural.
Yeah.
Natural.
But if it goes cultured, caught, right, responded to, unwashed, that's the right word. It can now brew. So we're not talking one day thing now.
Yeah.
We're talking
It
months
builds
and
over time, yeah.
years.
Yeah.
And then she becomes, and you don't want your woman or your man to gear on you. Like she's
Mm.
just numb. She's just there.
Yeah.
She's just seeing you. She already knows it. She's doing it. The day you try to do something, she'll just bring a knife from somewhere. And you're wondering, kill
Kill
you.
it,
Yeah.
How
why
far
bring,
now?
Why bring a
Yeah.
knife to a
Yeah.
pillow fight?
Built up
Yeah.
over years.
Over
Yeah,
time.
that's why I always
Resentment.
say, I want to say something about why I said silent treatment. That's why I said silent treatment is also a way that could breed up these things, because you are building in resentment for this person. You are angry, but then you are not talking. The more you keep keeping it that's why most men will always fall out of love, because you are keeping this thing, and then one day you just wake up and just realize that I don't love this woman anymore. You've kept that thing inside for too long. So if you actually like spoke about it, if there was a form of communication, and then sometimes it takes I'm sorry to actually heal a lot of things. Even though I know that I don't need that sorry, I just wanted to know that, oh, you hurt me.
Just you taking responsibility.
Yeah, just be responsible for your
Yeah.
actions, and then that's the end of it. And then not saying sorry is also a very toxic trait. Some people don't know how to say sorry.
Yeah.
Some people would rather buy you gifts, buy you everything, but then that
Instead
word
of saying
sorry,
sorry, yes.
would not. And I feel like it's toxic. I feel like sometimes I don't even want those things. I want you to tell me sorry.
Why? Why?
It is a big deal for me, because if I'm angry,
I think to
I
each
would,
their own.
I would apologize to you. I'm
But
admitting the fact that I messed up.
I know that this is personal for you, right?
Yeah.
Even though you're trying to make it general, I know it's
General,
personal for you,
yes.
right? But the truth is, what if you marry a man who doesn't know how to,
to
say
Why would you know how to say sorry?
No,
There are
there are
people who
like
don't.
that.
You
There are
know,
people
there are
who
some
don't
people
know.
like
There are
that.
people
So,
like that.
They will
when-
do it every other way, but not say.
Do you
open
know
their
what
mouth
it
to
feels like
say,
coming out from?
sorry.
Like the homes that you come out from. There's some people that they
Okay, but-
they did not experience enough.
I'm sorry.
love.
You can
have
never
to
be with that.
apologize. I'm not saying, but you have to apologize. Even if you bribe me with gifts,
Mm.
even if you are playing, even though I'm cool with you.
You still have to apologize.
apologize.
Tell me sorry.
Let me
But
cut
can't you
in.
forgive someone
No, I,
without apology?
I would forgive. In fact, I would forgive.
But don't you
you.
also think that's toxic?
No, I
Exactly.
no, really.
Because
I would,
feel,
do you know that?
I feel if you believe in the action speaks louder than voice, and
I
Nah,
mean,
and the
that's
guy has
just
been
so.
showing,
Nah,
giving all the
yeah.
action,
yeah.
doing everything.
Nah, lie.
Nah,
If you're
lie.
What if you love the person and the person is toxic? Should you remain there?
No.
No,
It's a
no,
no-brainer.
no,
It's a
no.
no-brainer,
Love
right?
is never enough.
No.
Yeah.
So this is the picture, right? There is nothing. If you love a person, you should have the discipline to treat that person just that same way. That's true, right? And that's why sometimes there is a lot of divorce that is celebrated. There are people who celebrate divorce, right?
Yeah.
Because what happens to you when you experience toxicity in relationships is usually more damaging than even the impact of love, right?
Yeah.
Because that 1 minute of love will not. It's just the same way you say people forget all the good that you have done because of just
Yeah,
one,
one
one
bad.
day of bad,
Yeah.
right? Just that same way too. All the mushy flowers, ice creams and all, just one slap will knock it off.
Erode everything,
And it will
yeah.
stay there. You will now have to do many ice creams, many flowers, many Brazilian airs to wash
Brazilian,
that
yeah.
one
It's
slap.
Brazilian.
So if you truly do love a person, you will understand that it's best. I put myself together. Let me quickly say this. Not so many people understand themselves too.
Yeah.
Men and women. In fact, let me be critical about men. Men don't understand themselves. There are certain men that act a certain way. They don't know why they're doing
They
that.
don't know why they do
They
these
don't
things
know
that
their
they do.
temperament. They don't know the triggers. They don't know what makes them angry. They don't know what makes them happy. They don't know what they can do to the limit. They shock themselves sometimes.
Why you need to fix yourself even before you do.
Yeah. I mean, for men, I'm critical for men because I think that there is a lacuna. There's so much attention on women.
Yeah.
Shubo
This is
Shuma
how she should
Sunje.
be, yeah.
Is this how you're going to cook for your
one
husband when you
actually
get?
asks
Nobody
the
is,
husband
virginity is women.
Yeah.
Dress wear is women. Cover your hair is women.
Women.
And the men are just doing guy, rock star, everybody. Anything goes. You are
Yeah.
flexing,
Yeah.
right? Nobody's talking about it. Not asking questions. Who's taking the virginity of the women? Is it angels? No, it's men now. Who is making the women dress anyhow? Is it not the men? Even though you will not agree. And all of these things. So
They will not
let's-
agree
they
that
will
it's
never
men
agree.
that is making them do BBL too.
I mean, why do you want
How
to
did
do it in
BBN
the
get-
first
how
place?
How did BBN get
Yeah, it's part of it.
It's part of it.
We've had
It's
this
part of it.
conversation.
Yeah.
Some
Body
women just don't
augmentation.
like how their bodies
Looks.
are.
No,
and
no,
they
no.
want to-
See, there are
So
some
accept
extreme
the way
ones.
you look, man.
There's some, but back to toxicity,
Accept.
right? Yeah, I mean, we can accept each other, right? And then augment
it's not as
at
easy as
a
you say,
reasonable degree, right? But the truth is, you should not, if you love a person, expose that person to certain things. It's a
Things,
no-brainer. So if he's beating you, slapping you, sis, bro, leave that place. Just leave it. I mean,
Emotional abuse.
Okay, so
No.
okay, you want to talk? Okay.
No, I wanted to talk about emotional abuse. It's not just beating. There are some
Yeah.
people that the words, the things that they say to you,
Mhm.
Oh.
it goes way beyond beating people. There are some partners that look down on their partners. Their partners can never ever they can never do as much as they are doing. There are some men that they will not encourage their wives or their partners to even do anything
Yeah,
that
to
looks
work.
like outshining them.
Yeah.
So they start to say degrading words.
Wash them down.
Wash them down. That's also a form of toxicity that we don't
Yeah,
speak on
definitely.
enough.
then
Definitely,
character, there
definitely.
are certain characters too. When have you met a cunning man, a crafty man?
Yoruba men.
No. Come
you
on,
mean Yoruba men?
come on. No.
You mean
That's
Yoruba
an
men?
insult on Yoruba men.
No, it's
Stop
general.
it.
I'm a Yoruba man, I'm proud,
Stop
right?
it.
I'm not a demon, and I'm a Yoruba angel, right? And I'm
Okay,
proud. But
okay.
the truth is, it's general, right? There are some men that they hurt you and they make you feel that you are the one responsible.
Gaslight.
Yeah, they'll
Gaslighters
gaslight
and
you.
See what you
that's
made me
yeah.
do. Like,
Gaslighter.
see what you made me do.
Yeah.
You made me do it. You
Yeah,
caused it.
you
Yeah.
caused
You caused
it.
it.
If not, and they will rationalize it. And women, because they are moved largely by what they hear, right? They just assume that the guy must be right all the time.
Yeah.
And you know the danger in that they begin to kill themselves, demean themselves by themselves for the man until they find out that they are no more and they're living their life for another man. That, for me, that thing is, I use the word demonic.
Yeah.
Very demonic.
Also-
And even though there's no evidence for that, and you cannot call that toxicity, but it's some dimensions
But
that
it's
a lot
still
of people...
toxic.
It's still
Yeah,
toxic.
people are
I
not
think
talking about.
men that
Still
do
toxic.
not express themselves or how they feel to their women as well. It's a form of toxicity.
Ah.
They can't tell their partners how they feel because they
I-
feel
I
like
don't
okay,
agree,
your
oh.
partner's head will
No, no,
swell.
no,
You
no.
don't want
No,
your
there are
partner's
di-
head to swell.
you know there are
okay,
dimen-
okay.
there are
If-
dimensions
yeah.
to this. There are
There
dimensions
are
to it.
dimensions.
There are
Sometimes those that don't
dimensions.
want
If
to
you
say how
say
they
it like
because they
that.
don't want their partner's head to swell. They don't want it to get into their head.
No.
So they
no.
don't.
Okay, that.
You know you're talking about me, right? I am a conversational person, but sometimes I can look at you and say you're beautiful in my head and not say it out.
I not say yeah.
Why?
You know, so I'm going to talk about it. This is about insecurities, right? So growing up, I was very concerned about myself, concerned about things so I used to stammer, right? And I overcame stuttering by rehearsing things in my head time and time again.
Cool.
So if I see you coming or I see you prodigy coming, I'll say, alpha bro. I'll rehearse it a lot of times.
Before you say it.
You know, before I say it. So I'll say it just sharp. So while I was overcoming it, I used to be a fast talker. So you think, I didn't hear what you said, but you can pick it, right? So, and also I would not look at your face, I'll look at your forehead. I think I still do it till now, you know, to boost my confidence and communicate. So I overcame stuttering by that method myself. And for me, it now became an habit subconsciously. I wasn't paying attention to it. So I see a fine girl. In my mind, I'm saying this girl is fine, but I can't tell her.
But you have a reasonable reason for that.
So that's what I'm saying. So now imagine that I'm married now. Sometimes it happens, right?
Yeah, it does.
It happens. I look at my
communication-
wife sometimes and I'm looking, this girl is fine. Oh. And then maybe when we get out and maybe the staff are saying, mama, you look beautiful. Then I'll now you go and tell her that, babe, you look good today. This outfit is fine. You know, but you know, so I'm telling you my own insecurity, right, on that level, because it helped me to overcome a defect I had.
But she understands this part of you.
Well, she didn't initially understand because I mean it's easy. You don't compliment me. I look so good, but you don't say you feel bad. But now this is why I'm saying it, because it's not for me a toxic trait.
Yes.
And you cannot tell for other men. You know, you can't totally see it's toxicity.
No, I'm actually talking about men that do it because they want to be macho. They don't want to show their
even that one. No, even that one. Why are they being macho? You know these things are talking. No, it's not patriarchy. Everything is not patriarchy.
Yeah, not everything.
There are sometimes that it's insecurity.
Yeah,
I mean, you are insecure about certain things, so you feel like.
But it's personal, so I feel like from my angle, I know what I'm talking about, but I think I'm not
expressing it well enough.
No,
I agree with you. It's a 6-9 thing, right? I'm seeing 9, you're seeing 6. You're not wrong. It's just, but I just want you to see that other angle, so that you don't think that all men are like that or patriarch.
No, I don't think
you must be a matriarch. Everything patriarch.
At the end of the day, you just need to understand who you're dealing with. So
know
you know
person,
how to
have your person.
Now, this brings me to this part. How toxicity or toxic relationships affects you mentally. Your mental health.
First is you get to start doubting yourself, asking questions. It can lead to depression. But first, before depression, this is a progression.
Low self-esteem.
You doubt yourself. You question yourself. You're sad about yourself, right? You don't believe in yourself. And then you start getting depressed. You know, nothing good comes from you. You don't see anything good around you. And that can lead to suicide, right? Or if you don't, it doesn't lead to suicide, right? This is one thing. I'll just pause here and talk about it. It begins to build a circle around you, some level of energy around you. And then you begin to see that things start spoiling, right? That's why people who go through abusive relationships, right? They don't necessarily have things that they can show that they are doing. You work, but there is nothing fruitful about the work. You have a business, it's probably running aground. You have your marriage is running aground. Your children, if you have children, they are not loving you, you are not loving them. You know, if it's a relationship, you are angry with people, you are closed, right? People try to reach out to you, you're not opening yourself to them. You don't want people to know what's happening in your marriage, you know, and yet you're not enjoying that marriage. So you begin to see those traits, right? Losing yourself, eventually killing yourself. So death happens even before the actual death comes, right? So when that happens for a man or a woman, I think that those are things that happen. So for me, I think that it's more even dangerous exposing yourself to emotional abuse, right, than physical. It's dangerous because it will kill you faster than a blow will kill you.
And I feel when you spend time with your so-called, I don't want to make it about romantic relationship now, about whoever you're close to. And anytime you're with them, you're unhappy, you feel some type of way.
Energy.
You feel drained.
Energy. That energy is negative.
I think you need to just bounce, man. You need to go far from them. And that brings us to breaking free from this. How do you break free? At what point do you break free?
You need to accept that you're in a toxic relationship before you
Yeah.
break free. Some people don't accept that they are living in and they are breathing in toxicity. So if you don't accept it, you can't break free. I think that's step one. Just accept that, okay, this situation that I am in is toxic.
It's
Because
not always easy though.
when you tell people that their husband beats, that, oh, you are in a toxic marriage, leave your marriage, their first response is, "Ofe baye mi je.
I swear.
Ofe dale mi ru." So they don't
Mm.
accept it. So I
Yeah.
think the first step is just accepting that, okay, this is terrible.
I agree, and I also want to also harp on knowing yourself enough to love yourself well.
Yeah.
Love your-
yeah.
love your-
Self-love.
Yeah, self-love.
Love yourself.
Yes.
I mean, what
Mm.
happens? Let me give an example. Right, you know this thing. If you meet a policeman, or if you meet a corrupt policeman or a
Mm.
cultist, right? There's usually this psychological thing that happens. If you've noticed, they look at your face, right, and then they want to see, how you're responding. Are you squinting? Are you scared? Are you worried? Right?
Mm.
Now, whatever response or
You
energy
give,
you give
yeah.
will strengthen their
Yes.
reaction,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's the way it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Animals can smell
Yes.
fear too.
Fear.
They can smell
Mm.
fear. So if you see a dog and the dog is barking and then you're scared, the animal can smell it and then
Mm.
will run after you and start
Mm.
running,
Mm.
right? So that's the truth. If you love yourself so much, know yourself so much, the confidence will build up at
Mm.
points like that, and it will be very tough for anyone to
Yeah.
even want to
I think
attack you
people feed off your energy.
off your
Off the
energy.
energy,
So
yeah.
so you see that once you're subservient as a
Mm.
woman or as a man, you're always bending. You're always
Mm.
the one that is low. You are
Mm.
always the one that is saying sorry. I'm
So
not
this-
saying don't
Yeah,
learn to
yeah,
say
yeah.
sorry.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, that subserviency
Mm.
will strengthen, especially a man who has that tendency. Just strengthen the man, and then you discover that they start abusing it,
Abusing,
right?
yes.
They will abnormally use that power that you are
That's why
giving.
this phrase
to them.
understanding girlfriend has been abused so much.
Yeah,
When you're understanding,
exactly.
they abuse
Exactly.
it.
And then I also, another one is, even when you do this and you are now in a toxic relationship, you have accepted, you should love yourself enough to want
to
more.
walk,
So
to
for
walk
men and
away.
women, when you start hearing a woman saying, I deserve more, run. I mean, if she starts telling you those things in your marriage or
Mhm.
relationship,
I deserve
respect,
better
I,
than
de-
this.
I deserve,
better.
I mean,
Deserve better.
that shows you a level of self-love and self-awareness.
And when someone also
right?
tells you that
It's
you
important.
you don't deserve someone like me, you deserve better. Carry your
Mm.
slippers,
Mhm.
Run.
When your
That
partner
one-
starts
that one is
telling you,
loaded.
when your partner starts saying you deserve better than this, you
Mm.
don't deserve this, just
If it is a
Just-
partner that is not loose mouthed, though, you know, there are
Mm.
some people that can see anything.
anything.
I can
yeah.
let me say it here. I know
No,
I've learned from experience. Women don't really mean all the things they say. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean 100%. So, but
True
if
though.
it's not a woman that can see anything anyhow,
Mm.
if he says that, my bro, that's loaded.
That's
man.
yes.
That's
It
loaded.
is.
Yeah.
It
Mhm.
is. It
Yeah.
Those
is.
some people will just say things to get you angry.
Yeah, you're a fish. You're like this.
They just want to get you
They don't
angry.
really mean it.
They don't mean it. I
Yeah.
hate you. You know, some women
I
are going
hate
to
you,
say,
yeah.
I
Really
hate you.
dramatic.
You know, yeah,
Mhm.
you are evil. Yeah, you know, and they don't mean it, right?
Yes.
But I think that women also need to learn to manage that thing. I mean,
I also think that context matters. The context.
But I,
of your
Context.
think, but I
life
think
is
if
saying
you know your partner, you will know when they really mean stuff.
mean
though.
stuff.
there's some
yes.
women that don't care. Oh, they don't care.
Mhm.
I have met women who don't care. They don't give a hoot what you're going through. They will say the way they feel, right? Until they are done. They can now apologize later or
Later.
buy you chocolate or satisfy you in bed for whatever reason. But they will say it. And I think it's some level of toxicity too.
Yes, I was about
Because
to say
you are not
that.
sensitive to people.
Emotional
I'm-
intelligence.
Yes.
We need
Emotional
it.
intelligence.
Emotional
Yes,
Yeah,
emotional
we need it.
intelligence.
Know when
Yeah.
to say stuff and when
Yeah.
not to say.
And
yeah.
you should not care. It should not always be, that's who I am.
That's
That's
who
how
I
I am.
am.
That's my
Yes,
temperament.
yes,
I
yes.
mean,
Should be able to
maturity.
compromise.
Yeah, exactly.
Should be able to- That's why I don't like it when people say I'm blunt. You have said things that are hurtful,
Bruh.
and now you're
You are
saying
broken.
blunt.
So what's the point?
So
I'm sorry, do not fix this.
It
thing.
I
cannot.
want to
Yeah.
say it, some people are not blunt, they are just stupid.
Wicked.
They are
No,
uncouth.
they are
And
they
they're
are
just
wicked.
They are uncouth.
uncultured and they just lack manners.
Mhm.
Because some people will come out as being blunt and say a lot of terrible things,
To
and then they'll be,
people.
"Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just blunt.
just
You are not
blunt."
blunt. You are foolish."
From this statement, I think about 4 years ago, I used to do this thing at the end of the year. He said, messages. Please, it's been nice working with you. You know, maybe a friend or something. If there's anything bad that you noticed
Yeah.
about
Notice.
me,
Oh,
kindly
that's
send it
cute.
back. You know, as a review so that I can get better. The year I stopped was because I think somebody just saw that as an opening and sent a
And said-
barrage of some very artful things. Like I started doubting myself, like
Wow.
it's like you've been waiting for me to come.
Did I set
And then-
myself
and
up?
then, yeah, I set myself up. I mean, I met a mentor, a senior mentor of mine, and then he told me, "Don't ever do this. You set yourself
Self
up,
up,
open
mhm.
yourself up." I was broken, heartbroken. So some people are waiting for you. They don't even
And the
care at all.
justification that person will have is, but you
You
asked
asked
You
me
us to-
now,
asked me
eh.
now, and I wasn't the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why emotional intelligence is so important.
Very
So
important.
I'm such a
important,
big
yes.
fan of emotional intelligence. Know when to say stuff.
And
Know
you,
what to
you,
say.
you should read the book that I read about 2 months ago on emotional intelligence.
book
The
is that?
Magic of Emotional Intelligence is
By
by
who?
Dr. Cham Salami.
Cham.
Yeah.
Cham?
Cham.
That's such a nice name.
Yeah.
Cham Salami.
Cham Salami. Yes.
All right. I think we've learned a whole lot. I think I learned too, man. I don't know about you guys, but there are always different angles to these things.
Yeah.
And I feel this life is a learning process.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You keep learning every day.
Mhm.
And you know if it's a bit finished now.
No,
Yes.
you can't.
And I
Let me
also
have
think
a-
that what some people would see as toxic is actually a trauma response for some people. They don't know that they are being toxic. It's like it's a trauma response. Like the first thing that comes to mind when some things happen to them is that behavior. That's why I think that we should also extend grace to people and not just label them as toxic.
At a safe distance.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
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 at
yes,
a safe, not you know,
Distance.
you know, because if you have a friend whose
Mm.
first reaction to something, or you lose a bet, you know, for those who I don't mind,
No, not the
game,
extremes.
you know,
uh-huh.
or you're
Mhm.
heartbroken or something
Mhm.
bad happens to you, break something.
No, that's not a
what-
trauma response.
No,
Not
no.
be
No,
trauma
for them it is. For them it
That
is.
is
You know,
not
that's
a
what I'm saying.
trauma
At a
response.
safe distance.
That is not a trauma
Just be extending the grace
I'm
at
talking
safe
about people
distance.
that build up their walls. Like when something happens, they just build up
Yeah.
walls immediately.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
No breaking
Okay.
bottle.
Why are
So-
you breaking bottles?
Breaking bottle. How is breaking bottle
I
your
feel
trauma response?
like somebody that broke my TV. Nah.
You know,
Mm.
I wonder why you broke your
That's
TV
it.
though.
I
Was it a man
Let's
you?
let's not go into that right
Okay.
now. All right. That's it about toxicity.
Yes.
Like we told you guys, we try to shed light on a whole lot of stuff, educate you guys, and we always make sure our guests will do justice to whatever topic we pick. So you don't know about toxicity. Now you have the science, you know when to bounce, and you know when you can still manage it. But toxicity, bad stuff.
You don't
Very
manage
bad.
toxicity.
You
Don't
don't
manage.
You
Don't.
don't like the early stages of
We
it,
don't
they said
advise.
it could be-
We do not advise.
No,
No,
manage.
I don't
advise
manage.
managing,
don't
Run.
manage.
No,
No.
run.
I thought you guys
Flee.
wouldn't say anything.
No, run,
I thought you guys
run.
wouldn't say anything.
You can manage.
I said that because of those who think they can manage it.
You
Nah.
can't.
Now you
they
heard.
will never change.
And
You
it's
heard
always
it.
the
And if they
women.
will change,
It's always the women who
not for
think they
you.
can manage. You will change. Don't
No,
worry, baby.
no,
Look
it's not-
at me.
it's
You are
not always
this is
the
not you.
women.
I think it's almost always is the women.
No, I
That's
mean,
it.
you've not heard it's not you, it's me for
Oh,
men.
that
that
one
kind of
is-
stuff.
That's
Yeah.
a very
That one.
That's a very very
It's not you, it's me.
It's not you, it's me.
Just know that nah. I think why I said it's always the women who want to manage is because the women think that they should be the one that will be enduring.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can
Mm.
change him. Hey, baby, look at me. Look
That's
at
how
my
the
face.
society
Look
has
at my.
made
This is
them
not
feel.
you. This is not you. It's not you. Oh my, it is
Baby,
him. Oh, run away.
Look at my face.
Run away. Not be President General.
So you guys heard that. Thank you very much for coming on set today,
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Mr.
Thank
AY
you.
Nigeria.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Man, and you did justice to
Yeah,
this.
right.
and,
I'm,
Yes.
I'm absolutely excited about it.
and for this, we might still have to call you back.
Well,
One
I'm always open. You know why I said that you should, off the mic, slow down on the introduction is, the worth of a man is in the knowledge that he is able to share with
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not so much in the introduction.
Yeah.
So I like you come in, you don't even know me, but when you hear me, you feel like I have to know this guy. I like that. Dan, hype
Oh,
me.
you like
be
Then
the
you
mystic.
start.
You want to
then
be,
you are
it
now
needs to be
you are now paying
mysterious.
attention to.
I know.
Yeah.
I think
this,
our
this,
viewers would
You
know.
like
I
the
think
okay.
they would
The-
agree.
The introduction didn't do justice
It didn't do
to who you are.
justice.
Well,
You are.
well, I'm a very simple.
You
guy,
like
so
the mystery.
I'll be happy to come back anytime.
Mhm.
We'll be
I
happy
would
to
love
have you.
Thanks a lot. And that's it. That's a wrap on our episode today. Toxicity.
Mhm.
And toxicity extends beyond just romantic relationships.
Yeah.
It could be your family, it could be your friend, it could be anybody.
Workspace.
Workspace, it could be
Workspace.
professional, yeah. So learn to understand yourself, know yourself, and know when to walk away when you see, okay, you're unhappy, you don't feel comfortable with this person or whoever. Just walk away. So Yarns and Trends, till we come again. Like, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts on this topic, and we would be back with another scintillating topic. Thank you very much.
Thank
Peace
you,
out.
guys.